Hi, dear students. I'm going to continue for lesson 1, and I will cover pages between 11 to 13. The topic is seas and rivers. First of all, I would like to show you a graph about the water on Earth. The water on Earth, actually we have a lot of water in our planet, but as you hear from news or newspaper or television and any talk show, uh, um, you can notice that human has less water, and always they advise to not wasting the water, save the water, and something like that. So as you can see, ocean has around 97% of the water, and fresh water is only 2%. But as we know, we cannot use the ocean water. Why? Because it's salty. There are too many salts. Um, Even though there are many type of bacteria or pollution or whatever, but uh, we cannot use because it's salty. There are salt and pollution and something else, and so we need to use fresh water for our life. Okay. Freshwater can be divided to the three main resources. First is groundwater, and second is ice caps and glaciers, and the third is ready fresh water for use. And for the first and second, it's very difficult to uh, prepare for our life for use. But uh, the third one shows that there are many resources that the freshwater are ready for use. It's better. So one is lakes, and second is biota. The third is rivers, and fourth is atmospheric water vapor, and the five is soil moisture. So if you look at these five, you can find that the most easiest between the most um, easiest way the easiest way that we can use for our life is lakes and rivers. Okay. Biota and atmospheric water vapor or soil moisture are difficult to get the fresh water. uh, for example, just as an example, atmospheric water vapor, we have as water vapor in atmospheric, but can you imagine that how much energy or how much effort that we need to do, or we need to convert the water vapor from atmosphere to fresh water, then use it? It would be very difficult, and maybe it would be possible, but in future, not now. But the easiest way is lake and rivers. Okay. So fresh water from lakes and river, which is ready for use, but they need to be treated. They need to be treated from the salt and the solid particles inside of the water and bacteria. So water from the lake and rivers, they have salt, they have solid particles, they have bacteria. But the methods that can be treated for salt is desalination, and the solid particle can be treated by filtering, and bacteria can be treated by chlorine. So during the treatment of the water, for desalination, I will explain you more. Next slide. For solid particle, it's easy. They use filtering. The filtering, they use a special membrane to separate solid particle. Okay. For the bacteria, actually, it would be a chemical reaction. Coloring can be added to the water under the water under treating, so the bacteria can be removed, can be actually killed by the coloring solution. So here you can see there is two methods. There are two methods for desalination. First is distillation, and the second is passing through a special membrane. So for the first one, I would like to explain you the simple figure. Okay, the simple system of distillation is first there is a container, a big container of the salt water, or can be the water from the river or lake, as I said. So this water can be heated by a very strong heat, and then the vapor can leave, okay, can be left from the container. While it moves to through the pipe can be cooled by a cooling system. Okay, so we need a cooling system to make the vapor to be cooled. Okay, then because here during the way of the pipe, uh, the vapor is still hot. It has a high temperature. After the cooling, so um, it convert to the liquid form. It converts to the liquid form, then fresh water can be collected. Okay, the fresh water can be collected. So the rest of salt particle would be left. Okay, would be left in the container here. Only the water can change to the vapor. Actually, salt cannot be converted to the gas form or to the vapor formation. So the salt, because it's solid, can be left here, and the water converts to the gas formation, then again be cooled, and then converts to the liquid form, then can be collected. Here you can see the laboratory equipment of this. Okay, the way of the working in this equipment is same with here, but this this actually experiment is available in laboratory only for testing. In laboratory, chemistry laboratory, is not only to test for seawater. Maybe they use the mixture of the water with alcohol or ethanol or other things, but it it has considered the same strategy. The strategy is same. This is a simple figure of the system for distillation, and this is the laboratory equipment. Another way is passing through the special member for treating the water from the salt. Is here you can see there is a salt water. Okay, by applying a pressure, so this water can be can passing through a special or semi permeable membrane. Okay, if you have a member here like membrane like this one, there is there is pores. Okay, there is a pores in membrane. So the seawater or salt water actually can pass through this membrane, As you can see here, I put another picture to make it clear. Water molecules are smaller than salt molecule. The salt molecule would stuck here and they cannot pass through the membrane. But water molecule, as they are small size, they are able to pass through the membrane. So on the other side of the membrane, we will get a fresh water. Only the water pass through the membrane, but the salts would stock, okay, would stock behind the membrane. So at the last time, the at the final stage, I mean, we will get a pure water. This is two-way for uh, I mean, treating the water or removing the salt from the seawater, from the river or lake. About pollution of the pollution of water. So actually, we learned that we need to use water from lake or river, which is ready for use, and also they are fresh water, almost fresh water, better than the ocean or other resource like ice cap or glacier. They are freshwater and ice structure, but they are far away. They are located in polar side of the earth, and it's not actually it's impossible to bring it and use for our daily life. But we learned that we need to use the water from lake and river, which is the easiest way. But those resources are facing with some pollutions. The first pollution, which is very actually dangerous, is nitrate fertilizer from farmlands. So farmer use fertilizer to grow better their plants, their vegetables or fruits, but the nitrates available in fertilizer, they can be washed away from the land and move to the rivers or lake. After using fertilizer, of course, there will be rain. The rain can wash away the surface of the earth, the farmland totally. Then the nitrates or other chemical also can be entered to rivers and then lake. So these chemicals are very difficult to be removed. Okay, of course, this chemical can be cause of health problem and cause of overloaded nitrates, and overloaded nitrates also will provide another problems. And cause of alga growth. Alga growth can be happen in river or lake, especially uh, the lake or river which the water there is no currents. You know, the water is not current. I mean, the water stock. Okay, the water is stable in river or lake. So presence of nitrate can make algal growth. So another pollution of water is industrial toxic substance from factories or from industrial cities, and there are many chemicals inside. And sewage can be defined waste of water from cities, from houses. Okay, from the houses are clinic, hospitals, shopping malls, and houses. So these are the waste water from those areas, those towns, which spread bacteria and disease. The water from just imagine the water used in toilets or bathroom in hospital, which is a center of, center of bacteria, center of disease. Then they transfer by pipe to rivers and other water resource. So these water resource can be used for animals or plants, then human will use them. So this is very dangerous, and it's one of important pollution in water. The fourth one is hot water from factories. Why factories produce hot water? Because there are many kind of engines or turbine in what we call in like power station. They use different engine and equipment that they get hot after a while. So this factory needed to be built next to a river or next to a sea or coastal area, so they can use or they can transfer the water from those water resource inside of the factories to make cool the engine. Okay, the engine or equipments or the facilities. When they use the water from the water resource, a lake, a river, to make cool their facilities, and after that the water would be changed to hot water. The hot water will release to the water resource again. Those hot water which released from factories, they have less oxygen. This is the nature of hot water. Hot water always has very less oxygen dissolve oxygen, but cold water always have uh, enough dissolve oxygen actually. So those hot water, after hot water released to the has released to lake or river, so the animal would face problem with oxygen. So the animals or plants cannot receive enough oxygen from water. That is another pollution actually. It's a kind of pollution of the water in water resources, rivers and lakes. Okay, that's all for today. Please leave a comment as done as your attendance in your Google Classroom. I will check. Thank you so much. Take care.